You are driving a powerful machine with a V12 engine, but suddenly it feels sluggish. You are burning way more gas than usual, and you might even smell raw fuel coming from the exhaust. That is the classic sign of the P02C7 trouble code, which stands for cylinder 12 fuel trim at minimum limit. Let me explain what is happening under the hood in plain English. Your car's computer, the PCM, is constantly adjusting how much fuel to spray into the engine. This is called fuel trim. When it sees that cylinder 12 is running way too rich, meaning there is too much gas and not enough air, it tries to compensate by cutting back the fuel. When it cuts back as much as it possibly can and the cylinder is still running rich, it hits the minimum limit and sets this code. This is serious because dumping raw fuel into the exhaust can destroy your catalytic converters very quickly, and those are incredibly expensive to replace. So, do not ignore this. First things first, if you have other codes for the mass airflow sensor or generic misfires, fix those first. If this is the only code, we need to look at why cylinder 12 is drowning in fuel. Pop the hood and check the fuel pressure regulator. Pull the vacuum line off it. If you see or smell gasoline inside that vacuum line, the regulator has a ruptured diaphragm and is sucking gas directly into the intake. That is a common failure. If that looks dry, we need to focus on the fuel injector for cylinder 12. You will need a mechanic's stethoscope or even a long screwdriver. Place the tip on the injector while the engine is running and put your ear to the handle. You should hear a steady, rhythmic clicking. If it is silent, or if it sounds different from the others, it might be stuck open or electrically dead. You can also use a tool called a Noid light. You unplug the injector, plug the Noid light into the harness, and crank the engine. If the light flashes, the computer is sending the signal correctly. If the light stays on solid, you have a short to ground in the wiring, causing the injector to spray constantly. If the wiring is good, the signal is good, but the cylinder is still rich. You likely have a fuel injector that is mechanically stuck open, leaking fuel into the cylinder even when it should be closed. Replacing that stuck injector usually solves the problem and gets your fuel trims back to normal.